Hello, hello. I hope everyone is doing fantastic. I hope everyone's excited to be back. I'm going to just give it a few, see if anyone pops on. And then we're going to get started. Let me look around and make sure I have everything that I need. Oh, yeah. Hello, hello. Oh, I'm so excited. It's been a minute since I've got to do this. Hey, Ronnie, Gina. And I will apologize now if you hear children in the back. Both my kids decided now they were going to take their showers for the night. So, hello, hello. I'm going to keep my face off camera only because I have it adjusted to our little set here of how we're going to make this. So I hope you guys are ready. I see everyone's coming in. Yay. Hey, everyone. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a little background of what we're going to do tonight. So tonight, we are going to make Crow's Sendback Oil. This is my recipe. I've taken only one ingredient out. I'm not going to tell you what that ingredient is because that's what makes it my blend. But by me taking that out, that's only because that one ingredient makes it extremely on the dark side. It makes it very left-handed path. So I'm going to keep that to myself. But what I'm giving you now is just as powerful. It's going to work just the same because it's all intention-based. All the herbs, I will sit there and I will actually tell you exactly the meaning of why I'm incorporating them in my Crow Sendback Oil. All right. So I'm going to get started. Of course, if you're going to watch the replay, which is totally fine if you're hopping on a little late. No biggie. So before we get started, let me tell you why I made this in the first place. So the Crow Sendback Oil is all about like returning, or in this case, sending back any type of like negativity, any type of negative magic, any type of negative energy, anything that is going to harm your energy, harm your lifestyle, harm any aspect of whatever the reason it was sent to you in the first place, to do that kind of harm. Even a karma spell, this is used to send it back. Like, no thank you. You take that shit back. I don't want it. I ain't gonna keep it. So this is that kind of spell. Now, depending on the ingredients you use is going to amplify it or make it a little bit lighter. You can also think of this as if someone tries to send you a hex, you can send this back. And it doesn't have to be as potent as I'm making it. This can also be used depending on the herbs you want to send back any type of jinx. In my case, this is more aimed towards, or I should say, with a one extra ingredient that I'm not going to use tonight, it's to send back a curse. It's to send back something that someone tried to send to me that I was like, oh no, you're not going to do harm to any part of my life in any way. And this is that powerful shield. Now, when you use this, okay, you can use it as an anointing oil. You could use it on sigils, you know, depending, or actually it doesn't matter where you put your sigil. You could actually put this on a piece of paper with the sigil on it and, you know, anoint it that way. If you put it on wood, if you put it on a rock, you can use this as an anointing for that too. Petition papers, you can actually use it with crystals. You could use it with mojo bags, poppets, spell jars. That's kind of a given one. This one definitely would help those. And any other type of like altar objects. More of a harmful style of altar objects, not just something very simple. Now, why did I call it Crow Sendback Oil? I could have just said a return to sender oil. Well, one, I'm a Morgan daughter, so it's kind of a given. As she is my main patriarch, everything I do when it comes to revenge, anytime I do anything that is, you know, dealing with a payback, anytime I'm dealing with a battle or a fight, and I mean like extreme case war scenario, I'm going to incorporate Morgan in my working. That's why I named it crows. I also named it crows because what crows actually symbolize that a lot of people don't realize they do symbolize. And you're going to see a lot of hand movements because that's where you see, and you can tell I use a lot of my hands a lot. So crows, yes, they, they're carriers of message. They're wisdom based, all the normal things that everyone talk about what crows really are. But they also represent mystery. They represent mischief, guys, okay? They're huge manipulators if you really think about it and how they work with Morgan themselves on the battlefield. They're all about death and that power. They're also all about moving on. And depending on how you intention base your oil tonight, that's what you're looking at. You're trying to figure out if you're going to use it as a move on oil, if you're going to use it more as, you started this game, now I'm going to finish it, let me play. Okay, mischief style. So that is another reason why I call it crows, because they have a huge representation when it comes to fighting with Morgan. So again, the crows, it's all about mischief. They're big, 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 big. When I say big, I mean big manipulators. Trying to think. I'm just catching the comments. Yes, the Morgan. Mine too. I'm loving everything about this. Not me taking notes. Ooh, take notes. Please do, child. All right. So, gave you kind of a little bit of rundown of why it's called what it is, what we're using it for, what we can base and use it for. And I also did tell you that anything I use tonight, you can modify it your way. I would actually prefer you to use it your way, modify it your way, intention it your way, do it your way. But I'm going to show you how I make this oil. And it's messy. It's not clean. It's not supposed to be clean. And you can sit there and say that you can make this in a rush, or you can make this taking your good old time like we're going to do tonight. But it's supposed to be messy. So expect this to be a little chaotic. That's the point. The more chaotic it takes me to make this, the more chaotic this oil becomes to send back. Okay? Does that make sense? Tell me if that doesn't make sense. All right. So first things first, we're going to do the basic stuff that we always do. Cleanse your stuff. All right. Cleanse your area. Sage it. Sorry, my child just came down from the steps not wearing clothes. I like the clear ones for these because I like to see the herbs inside of it. But you can use an amber one, the cobalt blue ones, the green ones, whatever you want. But tonight, we're going to use a clear one. Okay, so you're gonna want to cleanse the inside of this first, or if you're actually like me, sometimes it's better to keep the chaos on the inside. But because I'm doing this for you guys, wow, match is gone. Look at that. Hold on, let me go get some more. Not me having matches everywhere. Okay, so, like traditional based, get your incense, light the baby. Now, when it comes to the type of incense you want to use, I advise you to use not anything that's like a strong protection base, because you want to have a little bit of chaos to come through it. So this one that I'm using tonight is actually called Black Cauldron. So it's right up my alley. It has more of a wicked sense because it is it is straight witchcraft related. There is no zen, there is no like calming to it. There is no dragon essence in this. This is solely Black Cauldron. I'm not really sure what's in it because I buy it actually at a metaphysical shop that's about 2 hours from here. And I only go there once a year, and I buy this in bulk because I love it that much. But it is extremely powerful, and it's perfect because it opens a gateway that I need for tonight. So again, base your incense blend on what you want it to be, okay? So as you can see, I lit it. I'm going to take it off its little lotus tray. I like to just get the slight cleansing I'm going to cleanse some of the crystals here that I'm going to use tonight, and I will explain why I'm using it. So, if you ever cleansed these bottles before, you should know how to do it. I just kind of stick it in, set my intention. Now in this case, I'm not trying to get rid of all the negativity because I actually want a little bit of the ash on the inside. I don't know if you can actually see it, but there's a little bit of ash on the inside, and that's what I want. So let me just put my stick over here. All right. So as you can see, some of the incense smoke stays on the inside, and that's what we want. So here we go. You guys ready? I hope you guys are ready for this. Okay, so the first thing we're going to start with is we're going to start with nettle. Okay, so here's my nettle. You base. Oh my gosh, how am I like totally skipping my main parts of why I call it chaotic? Salt. Basic salt, guys. When I said chaotic, I wasn't kidding. And just so you know, mine's in the shape of a snake on when I actually pour it in. Sea salt. Reason I use sea salt, obviously this is to protect me when I make this. The sea salt is to give a little bit of that ocean energy that I want. And when I say ocean energy, I mean that crazy riptide, stormy type of ocean-based chaos that they can give, okay? And I'm setting it up like this. Why? Because I can. Bottle. Here's something else. I use 2 style skulls. Doesn't matter what the crystal base is. I don't care. I use it based off the skulls, okay? I always have them facing directed to me. And of course, a crow. Why? Because that's who I'm summoning. All pointing in the direction of the bottle itself. Does this make sense? Okay? Hexing, jinxing, cursing, death symbolism, yes. But also giving me new life to being free of whatever crap that is trying to be sent to me. And the crow to do my bidding for me. So let me just cut up on these real quick. So I don't lose. Oh, for sure, Ronnie. You sure can use a snake one, yes. So, like I said, I use the skulls because, well, one, I'm a skull addict. If you don't know about my tattoos, I'm all about life and death and reincarnation, the skulls and the symbolisms. So I'm always going to use that. One, skulls represent a lot of, wow, if you can see this instant, guys, this is straight up. That means my area is perfect setting tonight. Okay, sorry. Use them how you want. You can use whatever crystals you want. Use it as a protectant for you. Use it as a messenger to where it's going. But I like to use a crow. One, because that's what this is all about. It's about crows. So here's my chaotic mess. And yes, chaotic mess. Get your nettle. Doesn't matter how much at all, okay? And when I say this is messy, I'm not kidding when I say it's going to be messy. It's not supposed to be pretty. I'm going to get a nice little stick of nettle, and you put it in there. Now, nettle. This, look at me trying to put this in here. Okay, so nettle is really good for reversing hexes, and it's a great strength. So it's going to strengthen the oil itself, or in this case, the spell itself. So when I think of nettle, I'm always going to think of reversing any curse that's coming, or being sent to me. Then I'm going to go with some lemon peel. Why? Because have you ever sucked on a lemon? It's sour and you make this weird face. And sometimes it turns your stomach really queasy because you're not ready for that sour coming from it. Did you know that lemon peel takes away happiness? So we're going to use lemon peel to take away the person that this is going to be for, or the multiple people that this will be used for, because I'm sure it's going to happen. And we're going to take away their happiness, because we can do that, and we want to do that, and we're going to do that. And I'm going to add a little extra unhappiness. Okay, so that was lemon peel, guys. Then we're going to go and use some pennyroyal. So this is really good, pennyroyal, for breaking jinxes and curses. So it helps it a lot, okay? That's the basis we're going to use it. It's great as an evil eye too, if you're using it for that. But in this case, we're going to break all of those shitty curses and hexes that are coming our way. Because I'm sick and tired of having this stuff sent to me. Because guess what, guys? I'm more powerful than people realize, and so are you. We don't like our energy being messed with, so we're going to fix that tonight. Now, the next is going to be some black salt. You can use store-bought, or you can make your own. This is my own black salt, made of ash and charcoal, okay? So you take some black salt. Now, this is used as a wall of protectant for the oil itself, not you, but for the oil. Why? Because when this goes, you could tell, look at that, nice and dirty, I love it. When this is being sent to them, you have to realize that this has to get through their barrier. So some people, when they have their barrier set, it's going to actually take away from the power of the oil. So this black salt is going to make sure that it stays as potent as I want it to be. That's what this is for. Black salt. Look at that. I'm going to rub it on my hands. Why? Because I can, and I like being messy and chaotic tonight. Because I'm in that kind of mood, and I absolutely love this. Let me just catch up real quick. All right, the next is yarrow. Yes, this beautiful, beautiful flower, yarrow, is going to repel negative influences. Okay, that's what this is all about. It's not all about how pretty it is, because like a rose, it has thorns, right? This is a repellent. So take one, if yours isn't already smashed in, put some in. Like I said, it doesn't matter how much you want, whatever you feel like, how much of what herb you want, depending on your basis. I'm going to add some beautiful, yes. Gosh, that feels amazing right now. All right, so again, yarrow repels negative influences. So whatever you're sending, you can have it back. Next is cedar. Now you can use cedar wood or you can use cedar itself. I'm going to use cedar itself. Now, this is to help boost the oil and its power, okay? If you know anything about cedar, it is a very sacred tree in the Native American lifestyle. And I say lifestyle because I'm not trying to disrespect anything, but it is very sacred to them. So it is extremely old and powerful, and that's what we're using it tonight for, power. And I don't mean a little bit of like, oh, I'm really strong. No, I mean like we about to mess some stuff up for people. Like we about to make people's worlds turned upside down. So as you can tell, I'm gonna add a couple extras because that's one of the stronger things that I need in this tonight. Is everyone with me so far? Love messy. Having a hell of a storm here tonight, bring the chaos. Oh, listen, that's even better for you. Making something like this in a storm, even more powerful. All right, now, the last and final thing, which is going to blow your mind if you didn't realize, like if you didn't look at the list of the ingredients for tonight, is something that I use constantly. Black tea. Oh yes, black tea. Right here. And of course you can tell I have mass quantities of it. It doesn't matter if it's English breakfast. It doesn't matter if it comes out of a pouch that you buy from a grocery store. It doesn't matter if it's Scottish blend or Irish blend. It does not matter what type of black tea. As long as it's a form of black tea, this is what you want, okay? This black tea is a natural negative energy repellent, okay? You want that. Like I said, messy, messy, messy. And do we care? No, we don't. Messy, messy, messy. I need this repellent as it gets sent to them. Now, I need to go get my secret ingredient that I can't really tell you about because this is mine to keep. But I will show you without showing you the thing. So this is my secret ingredient, but I can't tell you what it is. Sorry. I love you. But now what I did is I blow my own energy into it. Okay? That's me. Now, here you have your herbs, okay? This is all about your send back, okay? You have your black salt to help protect it when it gets sent back. You have your nettle to help you reverse any hex or curse being sent to you. You have that lemon peel to say, ha, I'm taking away your happiness, fool. You got that pennyroyal to break the curse for you, but to send it back to them. See what else we use. Yarrow, okay? Repels all negative influences for you, sends it back to them. And cedar, it's going to help boost the power. Huge booster by having cedar in there. So I always like to add a little extra in that. Then, of course, you need your black tea because it is a repellent for you, sending it back to them. Because you got to remember, when you're doing this and it's a send back, it's not just to say, hey, I'm sending everything back, because you need to take it from you. So think of it like your body, right? Like the funnel, okay? Like this is you, but it got sent to you. So it's filled up, right? If I put my finger on the bottom here, if I put water in here, it's going to fill it up and it's going to set here. This oil is going to then take it from here and then send it back. But it has to be repelled. It has to be influenced out of you. It has to be just taken away. Okay, so this is like a 2-for-1. It helps you by taking everything that they sent to you and giving it back, or I should say flying it back to where it belongs, and then giving it a little kick in the process to help. Okay, so again, this is what it looks like, guys, in the bottle. Now we're not done. And remember, when you're doing this, heavy, heavy chaos. Set your intention, set your power, all right? Whisper sweet nothings to it. Whisper the words of chaos if you need. Whisper the words of Morgan if you work with her. Do whatever you want. Say a little chant. Say a little power. You know, everything you sent to me, I send it back. By the power of this bottle and the oil that I will use, by the candle I anoint it with, everything from me, I wish you everlasting misery. I mean, listen, in all honesty, that's what it's going to turn into, right? Now, for your oil, because again, it is an oil that we're making, you can use a carrier oil such as like grapeseed oil, avocado oil, sunflower oil, whatever you really want. Now, here's the reason why I don't use like a carrier oil I would use in a different style oil that I'm making, because they are not worthy of a proper carrier oil that I use for great power and great magics and great workings. So what I like to use in this oil, which always throws people off because they're like, well, what's the meaning behind it? What's the power behind it? Listen, it's not about the meaning and power. It's about, I ain't wasting shit on you. So I use regular vegetable oil. Why? Because that's all you're worth to me. So take a little funnel, make sure you watch you don't get anything crazy, and fill it up. Okay, just be careful because it will come quick if you don't pay attention. And you don't want to fill it all the way, and I'll show you where you need to fill it to. Go. Close this big board up. Here we go. That's about as far as I like to fill it. And here's the reason why. Because it looks beautifully aesthetic, does it not? Oh, yes. Very, very beautiful. But here's the problem. You ain't worth beauty. You shake it up and you make it messy. That's why you don't fill it all the way up with the oil on this. Shake it up, make it messy. Why? Because that's all they are. You're about to send their messy shit right back to them. That's what we do, ladies. We send that crap back. So here, completed, is your crow's send back oil. What do you guys think? Yeah, yeah. And again, you can put this on candles as an anointing oil, sigils, rocks, stones. Technically, you can just, if you have that little dropper cap that you can put on here, you know, kind of like how essential oils have them, and like throw it to the wind, send that shit back. You can put it a circle around you, send that shit back. Write a message on a piece of paper, put that paper in the middle of your chaos, and light it on fire. Voila. There's so many things you can do with this. Sky's the limit, okay? So don't hold yourself back, really. At all. Like, please don't. This is meant to be powerful. This is meant to be chaotic. This is meant to be a mischief, powerful type of oil that is going to hurt feelings when they realized that they effed up. Okay? Use it in your poppets. Mojo bags, guys. And another spell jar. If you're making a spell jar or burning herbs, put a couple drops of this and watch it go poof. When you do your power or your workings, I advise you to do it full of energy. Don't try and use this when you are tired. Don't try to do this when you're calm, chaotic. You want to be pissed. You want to be mad. That's how this is going to work. Because guess what? It's pulling your energy to send that shit back. Oh no, I thought I lost everyone for a second there. But yeah, so make it as sloppy and chaotic as you can, okay? Set your base, set your ingredients, shake it up. Now, if I was by myself, when I say this would be a mess, I mean I would have salt all around and I'd have herbs more scattered, because usually when I take herbs before putting it in here, as I put it in here, I also scatter around. Just how I am. Because usually though, when I make this, I go straight into my spell too. Now, you can also set this intention for about a week and then use it, or you can use it right away. I've done both. Depends on how powerful you want it and how much you're going to use. Usually I use about half a bottle for my working when I use it, because I like to burn a lot of shit. So, yeah. Yeah, I know. I seen it. I was like, oh, I got lost. And then I seen it came back. I said, okay, I'm back. All right. Does anyone have any questions with this? If you're watching on the replay, I just want to show that up close. Like, look, you can tell the black T at the base. Come on. There we go. It's messy. Gosh, it's amazing. Beautiful. But does anyone have any questions? What do you guys think? Do you like it? Like I said, this is my personal recipe, okay? So please, let me give a disclaimer here. Do not try and sell it, market it, claim it as your own, give credit where credit is due. But I would love for you guys to use my recipe for your own personal workings, modify it as you please, but I give you a little bit to go off of. But this is great, again, if you work with Morgan or you work with any type of mischief type of deity. It's great if you don't work with any deities and you just want to throw something back at them. It is a crow-based oil. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say on that, guys. I want to give you what I got, and this is what I got, okay? And I wanted to step it up a little bit too. Starting back doing these lives, I wanted to give you something that is not my norm. So I hope I didn't disappoint you guys. But this is actually how I do my workings. There is no beauty to it. There is no awesomeness. This is me being real. This is me being crazy. This is me being chaotic. And like I said, when I actually am making this by myself, I'm pretty mad. And I'm furious. And I'm about to start some shit. All right, let me get caught up in these messages here. Okay, so how long should it sit to increase its intensity? You can use it instantly if you want, or you can let it sit for a week. It's your call. I've done both, and they're just as powerful to me because I do this when I'm mad. I don't pre-make it. I mean, tonight I did, which this is probably going to sit for a week because it has to consume my sassiness for it. But on a normal basis when I'm making it, I make this mostly based off of pure agitation and pure negative energy of mine to send it back because I've already lived through this chaos that they send me. I might have missed it, but where do you get the bottles like that? I actually get, so I got a box of 12. My husband actually bought it for me for Christmas. They come with white, clear, and I have green ones in this box of 12. But you can buy them on Amazon. They're really easy. Just look up glass bottles or glass amber bottles or glass cobalt bottles, and they'll come up. And then you just got to pick your size you want. I love these sizes because this is about what I use half at a time. So I have enough for 2 spell workings in this one bottle here. But like I said, you can have any color you want. This one I want you guys to see what it actually looks like. Me, I pull whatever I have on hand. I usually don't care what the color is. No worries, Christy. Yeah, any type of dollar store too, if you can find them. I prefer the glass ones. I don't really like... Well, I mean, for oils, I guess this really doesn't matter if you use the plastic ones. You can use the plastic ones like if you have a Dollar Tree. I know they have a million plastic ones. So oils, it's not that big of a deal if you use plastic-based. But, like, if you're using clearing sprays that require, like, alcohol, I definitely wouldn't recommend using the plastic, definitely oil. But in this case, yeah, you can use plastic. I like the glass ones. They just, I don't know, they hold up well, especially when I clean them and wash them. What do you mean by crow-based oil? That is actually all at the very beginning, Christy. So you're going to have to watch the replay for me to, how I break everything down. But I promise you won't be disappointed. Oh, no worries. I'm glad I can help. Thank you, but I also hold grudges like MFers, so the longer it sits, the madder I get. So I'm thinking the longer it'll sit, the more intense, because I'll shake it every day, probably multiple times a day. Not that I adore, because it's factual. Like I said, when I make it though, I'm making it because I have a purpose for it right here, right now. And I'm not gonna lie, I've sat in my bedroom like my husband would be asleep and I'll be in the corner burning shit and stuff because it's hard to get away from, you know, everyone else in my house because I don't have a special place to do everything. So I do it wherever I want. My husband's used to it by now, you know. He's protected. He already knows that. Oh, I know that, Gina. Okay, so if you guys don't have any other questions, I really am excited that you guys love this. I'm going to be bringing more things like this to you from my own personal collection. So take a look at the events if you haven't already. You're going to see my lives and what I'm going to be bringing to you. And we're going to have some fun on the next couple lives too. So I hope you guys are ready for those. So enjoy your Crow's Sunback Oil. And I hope it does you justice. Until the next one, ladies, have a good night. Blessed be.